Welcome to Yogalates with SJ. Today we have a beautiful full body at home yoga class. You can do this without any equipment and you can do this at any time of the day or night. This is a perfect yoga class for beginners or for any levels, no matter where you are and no matter what your purpose for doing yoga is. This is a really beautiful class for you to do, to work through the whole body as well as working to calm and soothe the nervous system and to take some time out for yourself. So let's begin by just starting to come down onto your mat. So if you don't have a mat, you can always grab a blanket even, or a towel, or even just come down onto the floor. We're going to start by coming to a child's pose. So you can bring the knees out to the wide edges of the mat, starting to bring the heels to come outward and bringing the big toes together, starting to sit the pelvis back towards the heels, and then starting to gently walk the hands forward as you find some length through the back of the neck, and then lowering the forehead down towards the mat. And then just starting to take some time here to arrive into this time and space that is for you. Maybe here you might find a deep breath in through the nose and a full breath out the nose or mouth. Maybe you might find a gentle roll of the forehead from side to side over the mat. Little massage into the space between the eyebrows. Maybe a little invitation to the monkey mind to start to slow down a little bit, joining the mind together with the physical body here on your mat today for this time. And then you might just take another one of those deep breaths in through your nose as you fill the belly like a balloon. And then with the exhale, starting to allow the pelvis to relax even more, the lower back, the forehead melting, the hips releasing, everything softening down, the heart as it starts to melt towards the mat. Maybe just letting go of any thoughts, any to-do list, just putting those to one side as you start to notice all of the connection points of the physical body as it connects to your mat. Noticing the tops of the feet, front side of the low legs, noticing the arms connected. Just taking one more deep breath in here and letting it go, breathing it out, melting, melting, melting with them. And then when you're ready, just starting to slowly, softly lift the gaze, looking towards the hands, and then just shifting the hips forward, keeping the big toes together. Just walking the hands in a little bit closer here so that you've got the shoulders in line with the wrists. Sort of the hips are in line as well here with the knees. Just starting to find a little bit of length through the spine, so trying to keep the head in the same line as the rest of the back, making a little table with your back body, pressing the shoulders towards the mat. So rather than pressing the hands down, imagining that you're pressing the shoulders down as you find some length here. Just taking a deep breath in and breathing it out. And again, deep breath in, drawing it up, and then exhale it out. One more time, inhale in, and exhale out. Awesome. Then staying here, we're just starting to keep that length in the spine as you start to bring the pelvis back. Just a little hinge back and then coming forward again, hinging at the hips and then coming back. So it's a really tiny little move back and forward, keeping your core softly engaged. So rather than squeezing the belly button to spine, we're just having a really soft engagement of the core here. You should be able to feel a little stretch into the front side of those wrists as you do this. It's a nice stretch for the wrists as well. Trying to keep your weight even through the whole right and left side. So everything is kind of centered here. Nice soft gaze, jaw relaxing. Maybe letting the tip of the tongue soften to the roof of the mouth. Awesome. And then coming back through center, staying here, keeping that length in the spine, and then just starting to bump the hips to the left side, and then coming back through center and bumping right, back through center and bumping left, back through center. It's a really tiny little move here. You've got a really soft engagement of the core, so belly button to spine, keeping weight even through that center line, relaxing the inside of the thighs, the hips are relaxing, torso, the upper body is not moving really too much, so keeping quite a nice stillness through the upper body. Really is just that tiny little bump of the hips from side to side as you find some nice length through the lower back, lengthening to the back of the mat, and finding length through the back of the neck as you kind of feel the top of the head being drawn up and the tailbone being drawn back. So there's this really nice oppositional kind of pull here. Coming back through center when you're ready. And then just taking a moment here to find that neutral again, finding that length out the tailbone, pressing the shoulders towards the mat. So rather than pressing into the wrists or into the hands, imagine that you're pressing those shoulders towards the mat here. And then we're just going to start to bump the hips over to the left side as you gaze over the right shoulder. And then inhale, coming back through center. And then bumping the hips right as you gaze over the left shoulder. Let's keep this going. So we're just floating from side to side, flowing freely, keeping that very soft kind of engagement of your core. Maybe finding a little bit more of a stretch each time as everything starts to find a little bit more fluidity. Soft gaze. Awesome. And one more on each side. Awesome work. Coming back through center. Let's bring the knees back to a parallel. So we're coming to a tabletop position here. And you are just making sure that you're not getting any tension into those wrists. So if you're noticing that your wrists are not feeling so good, you can always just kind of make fists here rather than having the palms down onto the mat. Or you could be even down onto your forearms. Or maybe just making sure that your balance is kind of not forward and kind of down into those wrists. You've kind of got a balance through that center line. So just kind of finding that you're balancing your weight through the whole body rather than kind of just placing all your weight forward. From here, we're just going to start to circle the pelvis all the way around. So just starting to sit back towards the heels and then circling around in one direction and keeping this going in that same direction. As you do this, you might find a bit of length through the arms as you sit back, maybe letting the head and neck go and just start to move in any way that feels amazing for you. You might be making really big circles here with this, or you might be making quite small ones. Just finding your breath as you slow the breath down and you slow the movement down, connecting the movement to the breath, allowing the mind to start to notice that beautiful deep breath in through the nose and that full breath out the nose or mouth. Almost imagining that the body is like water, so there is no resistance. There's this kind of consistent free flow, nice and light, and just flowing freely. Breathing deeply in, fully out. You might have the eyes closed, or maybe finding that soft gaze. You can come a little bit further inward and just really feel into how this feels in the body. Noticing the movement through the spine, through the back. Awesome. And if you haven't already started to go back the other way, you might start to reverse and go back the other way. Breathing in and letting go. Breathing out. Deep breath in and exhale, 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 releasing all the way back out. So good. Let's come all the way back through center when you're ready. Staying here and finding that length. Imagine that the top of the head is being pulled up towards the top of the mat. Your gaze is slightly forward of the hands and the tailbone is being drawn to the back of your mat here. So you're finding this really nice tabletop position. You've got a nice neutral pelvis, so you're not tucking the tailbone under and you're not popping the tailbone back. You've kind of got that nice long line all the way through the back. From here, we're just going to start to find some cat-cow. So you're pressing into the mat as you start to drop the belly, bringing the gaze up, tailbone up, and then you're starting to round into the spine as you bring the chin to chest. Pressing those shoulders towards the mat, and then as you inhale, starting to press the hands back towards the knees as you find even more openness through the front side of that heart, looking up. Tailbone comes up, and then exhale as you round the spine, pressing those shoulders towards the mat, tucking the tailbone into chest. Inhale, coming up, finding that open heart. Exhale as you round the spine, chin to chest, flowing this freely, finding some really nice mobility. A release into the spine. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, rounding the spine, tucking the tailbone, chin to chest. Inhale, gaze up, tailbone up, dropping that belly. Exhale, rounding the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, pressing into the mat, rounding the spine, chin to chest. Awesome. And then inhale, coming back through center, staying here, finding that length through the spine. Nice tabletop position here. And then inhale, you're going to start to sweep the right arm up as you look up towards the right hand. Exhale, thread the needle as you lower the arm down, gazing towards that left side. Inhale, coming up, sweeping the arm up. Exhale, lowering back down, bending softly into that left elbow. And inhale, coming all the way up, reaching. Exhale, floating down, coming down and threading the needle. And inhale, coming up, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, floating down, keeping your weight even through both sides of those knees. Inhale, coming up, reach it. Exhale, floating it down, coming all the way down this time and bringing your head down to face that left side. And just finding a position that feels comfortable here, feeling a nice stretch through the back of that right shoulder. Maybe here you might start to walk the left hand forward and just find a little tent with the fingers. Or maybe you might reach that left arm up and placing the back of the hand to the low back, finding a nice openness through that left side of the shoulder. Taking a beautiful deep breath here in through the nose and exhale it out the nose or mouth. One more time, inhaling in, exhaling out. Awesome job. Let's come up, taking your time, placing the left hand down onto the mat. Inhale, sweeping that right arm up one more time, reaching, and then exhale as you release the hand down. Let's come to the other side and inhale, left arm comes up, reaching up. Exhale, floating down, thread the needle. Inhale, coming up, sweeping the arm, reaching, exhale as you come down and coming to thread that arm through. Inhale, reach. Exhale, floating down. Inhale, coming up. Awesome job. Exhale, floating down, finding an even deeper twist here. And one more time, coming up. Inhale, reach it up. Opening up through that left side. Exhale as you float it down. Staying here, we're going to find that nice twist here and hold in this position. So just starting to take your time to allow everything to soften. Maybe bringing the right hand to somewhere above the head. Finding a bit of length here, or you might take the back of that right hand and just place it to low back. Just starting to find a nice deep breath in. And then exhale it out. And again, inhale in. And exhale out. Awesome. And then when you're ready, bringing your right hand down onto the mat, pressing into that right hand as you unwind, coming back through center, and then we're going to slowly start to come down onto the forearms. So bringing the forearms down, bringing the fingertips to point to the top end of your mat, finding length through the back of the neck, starting to step the knees back and starting to lower the front side of the pelvis all the way down onto the mat, finding Sphinx pose here. So we're just starting to let the shoulders be in line with the elbows, letting the feet come out to about hip width apart, connecting the tops of the feet onto the mat here. Finding a really nice long lengthened spine. So really kind of finding the tummy muscles kind of relaxing down, but you're letting the front side of the pelvis release as you press the shoulders towards the mat, finding that length through the back of the neck. Gaze is directly forward. So you've just got a natural curve of the spine here. A nice open heart, open throat, letting the glutes release, pelvis, allowing the legs to relax. Taking a deep breath in here, inhale. Exhale, let it go. And again, inhale in. And letting it go. Exhale, relaxing. Tummy, pelvis, legs. One more time. Inhale, breathing in. Finding that nice length. And exhale, relaxing, letting all of the tummy, pelvis, legs release down. Awesome. Let's start to lower down, just coming all the way down to lower the heart center down onto your mat, bringing the hands next to the shoulders. You want to have the elbows in close to the side waist And you're just finding that connection of the tops of the feet here. We're going to do a little flow of Cobra. So as you inhale, you're going to roll the shoulders away from the ears, and you're going to press into the pubic bone and the tops of the feet to start to lift up. Heart center lifts up, forehead lifts. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, floating down. And again, inhale, lifting up. Pressing into the tops of the feet, into the pubic bone, gazing straight forward, keeping length into the spine. Exhale as you float down. Keeping this going in your own time with your breath. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, floating down. You might move to come up a little bit higher each time. What we really want to think about is keeping that length into the back of the neck. We are finding that we're not really pressing too much into the hands here. We're really kind of trying to keep that connection of the tops of the feet and the pubic bone, and really allowing the heart to shine forward and coming all the way down and releasing here. Great job, you guys. Just starting to press into the hands and coming all the way back, hinging back at the hips. And we're going to come all the way through to a tabletop position, and then coming all the way to take a seat. Taking your time here to come to bring the soles of the feet together and to allow the knees to come out wide. Coming to a butterfly position. I'm going to start by just finding that nice length into the spine. You might even just kind of move the fleshy parts of the sit bones and just kind of find that connection of the tailbone down. And then as you inhale, sitting up nice and tall, rolling the shoulders up, releasing the shoulders down, feeling that the head is over the heart and the heart is over the pelvis. You've got this really, really nice line here. And then on an inhale, starting to lift up even higher, and as you exhale, hinging forward at the hips, keeping that length in the spine. Walking the hands forward, and you might hold on to the feet, and just starting to keep that length as you just hinge forward at the hips. You just let the head come down and release the forehead down towards the feet, starting to bring the belly button back towards the spine to find an even deeper stretch into this, feeling that nice release of the low back, the outside of the thighs, the hips, groin. Taking a deep breath in and exhale, exhale, exhale out. Belly button comes back towards the spine as you start to release further down into the stretch. Breathing in, finding some space. And then exhale, exhale, exhale. Belly button comes back to the spine as you feel everything soften down even more, letting go. Maybe if you're holding the feet, you might just loosen the grip. So not gripping on, just finding that softness. Maybe even just letting the arms kind of release. And you might let the hands flip to the sky, as you just allow yourself to surrender down here and to relax down into this, breathing deeply in. And as you exhale out, feeling that breath go to the pelvis, to the hips, feeling everything starting to soften them out a little bit more with each breath. Awesome. And then taking your time when you feel ready to, just starting to softly lift your gaze as you inhale, lengthening back up into the spine, sitting up nice and tall here, rolling the shoulders up, releasing the shoulders down, and then just taking the outside of the knees and closing those knees up. Just bringing the hands down to next to the hips, or maybe bringing the fingertips to face forward and press the shoulders towards the mat and just bringing the feet out a little bit wider, maybe hip width or even mat width apart. I'm just going to find a nice rock of those knees from side to side. So just finding what feels good here with this. Just windshield wipering the knees, finding that rotation of the hips. Breathing deeply in and fully out. You might find a little bit of a deeper twist into the side waist. Maybe staying on one side for a little bit before kind of moving over to the other side if that feels good. If it doesn't feel good, being on the hands as well. Here you can always be down on the forearms, even on the back. Taking a deep breath in and a full breath out. So nice, you guys. And speaking of coming down onto your back, we can do that now, which is always really nice. Awesome. Let's come all the way down. Taking a moment here to find the soles of the feet connected onto the mat. Bring the arms out a little bit wider, flipping the palms to the sky, just letting the shoulders release, the back of those shoulders softening down, finding length through the back of the neck here. Noticing the connection of the feet connected, noticing those connection points, and noticing the lower back, the pelvis connected, the back of the skull. Taking a deep breath in here and breathe it out. Awesome. From here, we're just going to start to find a happy baby. So just starting to slowly just lift one foot up, and if that feels good, you can start to bring the other foot up. And you can actually just do this as a single leg. So if it's feeling a bit uncomfortable to have both feet up, you can always just bring one. We're going to grab hold of somewhere on the leg or legs, so either behind the knees or behind on the outside of the feet. We're just starting to gently bring the knees to be about shoulder distance apart, letting the arm strength pull the feet down, or pull the back of those knees down. As you start to lengthen the tailbone down to the end of the mat, and you're finding a really, really nice connection of the whole spine here as you find that nice stretch into the inner thighs, the groin and the hips. Maybe a wiggle of the toes. Maybe just letting the tummy muscles relax. If it feels good too, you might sway from side to side, or you might find some movement here into the legs, maybe starting to straighten one leg and then the other, having a play with this. We can get so serious in our adult life. It's just such an awesome opportunity here in yoga to just go back to all of these really simple things. Just play around with it. Have a little play. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out as you start to soften it down. Awesome. And then we're starting to just bring the knees together and just hugging those knees in towards the chest. So just wrapping the arms around the front side of the knees or the front side of the shins, squeezing in, using your arm strength to gently pull those knees in. Taking a nice deep breath in here, and as you exhale out, just allowing the pelvis to be heavy. You might stay in stillness with this, or maybe you might rock from side to side. Maybe you might find a circle of the knees, doing what feels good. Maybe the head creates some movement, or maybe it stays in that still place. As you breathe in, noticing the tummy as it expands towards the top of those legs. And as you breathe out, feeling everything starting to relax even more, letting go. And taking some time to start to let those feet float all the way back down onto your mat, and then just taking a really big stretch up overhead. So we're reaching the arms and legs long as we take a deep breath in, spreading wide through the fingers, pointing the toes, and holding that breath here. So inhale, lengthening out, stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale, exhale, exhale as you release and allow the back of the arms to soften down, allowing both legs to relax down and letting it go. Let's do that again. Inhale, finding that length, fingertips to toes, lengthening the whole body out, holding here, hold, hold, hold. And then let it go, feeling everything relaxing, both legs relaxing, outside of the feet, outer thighs, arms, elbows, back of the head, the whole back. And let's do that one more time. Inhale, finding that length, lengthening, lengthening, stretching, 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 and hold, hold, hold. And then exhale it out. Breathe it out, let it go. Beautiful, you guys. And then you can just float the arms all the way down by your sides. And we are starting to just find the floor again with the feet. So bringing both feet onto the mat. You're going to start to hug the right knee in towards the right shoulder. You can keep the left foot onto the mat and just have a bend into that knee. Or if you want a deeper stretch, you can start to slide that left leg long and just relax it down and use your arm strength to gently pull that right knee in towards the right shoulder, finding a beautiful, nice, lengthened out connection of that left leg. So you're feeling a nice stretch through the hip on the right, but also finding a really, really nice lengthening out of the front side of that left hip as well. Inhale in and exhale out. And one more time. Inhale, using your arm strength to pull in, pulling that knee in towards the shoulder, feeling where that tension is. And then exhale, exhale, exhale as you relax and release. Awesome. Let's take the left hand to the outside of the right knee, and we're going to gently guide that right knee across the body as you find a little twist here. So just slowly starting to let the back of the shoulders connect, maybe letting the head start to release towards that right side. You might let both arms come out a little bit wider, maybe just spreading wide through the fingers as you allow the back of the hands to soften into the earth. Just letting the whole body start to relax down here in this beautiful twist as you take a deep breath in, expanding through the side waist, and then exhale, 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 relaxing everything, relaxing down. Taking a couple more breaths here as you inhale, noticing the right side ribs expanding, noticing that openness of heart across the front side of the shoulders. And as you exhale out, feeling the glutes, the inner thighs, outer thighs, the whole lower body, the whole upper body, the right side of the head relaxing, the jaw relaxing, hands, wrists, everything's softening down. Maybe the fingers are curling a little bit as they start to relax even more. Awesome, and then taking your time on your next inhale to bring your head back through center. And then unwinding, rolling all the way back over onto your back as you wrap your arms around that right knee one more time, squeezing it in. Inhale as you squeeze the knee in. And exhale as you release the leg, release the arms, finding that beautiful long line again, fingertips to toes, and inhale, reach a little bit more. Exhale, letting the arms come all the way down as you find a nice stretch into that left knee. So you're wrapping the hands around this front side of the left knee or shin, using your arm strength to gently pull that knee in towards the left shoulder. And again, if you didn't have your leg lengthened out on the other side, you might want to bring the sole of the right foot onto the mat and just have a bend into that knee. So just taking whatever feels good here. We're just inhaling as we use the arm strength to pull that knee in just outside the rib cage and towards that left shoulder as you lengthen the tailbone down to the end of the mat. Tummy relaxing down, back of the shoulders relaxing. And exhale, exhale, exhale as you soften it out. Awesome. And then taking the outside of that left knee with the right hand, we're gently guiding the leg across, finding the twist on this other side. So gently guiding the leg all the way across as you start to find a beautiful release of the arms, the head rolling over towards that left side, and just letting everything relax down here. Taking a deep breath in. And exhale, exhale, exhale out as the outside of the left head starts to relax even more. As the glutes release, the hips release, inner thighs, outer thighs, feet, toes, jaw, arms. Breathing into that side waist on the left side. Inhaling in. Exhale, 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 relaxing down, melting into the earth. Awesome. When you're ready, we're just going to slowly start to unwind. So on your next inhale, just letting the head come back slowly through center first, and then you are rolling all the way over, hugging that left knee. And one more time, using your arms to really pull in as you lengthen the right leg long, and taking a deep breath in. And as you exhale out, just letting the leg go, finding that big stretch of the arms, the legs, maybe bringing the arms out a bit wider to a bit more of a starfish position, just finding that spreading wide through the fingers, so creating lots of space between each finger here, letting the back of the shoulders relax down and feeling that the outside of the feet are falling heavy to either side. Taking a couple more final deep breaths here before we start to come to our Shavasana, the end of our class. So taking a deep breath in, filling, 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 and then exhale, 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 exhale as the whole back body releases and relaxes down into your mat. Back of the head, back of the shoulders, upper back, mid back, low back. Doing that again, inhaling in, filling, 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 ribs expanding, heart expanding, drawing it all the way up to the top of the head, and then exhale, 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 heavy, heavy, heavy as the body releases and starts to melt down into the earth. This might be a really nice position for you to finish your practice today, or you might want to just kind of find any final little movements, or you might even have something else you'd like to do before coming to your Shavasana. Maybe it's to have some water, or it might be to pop on another layer of clothing. Maybe it is to find a blanket or some pillows or something to make it super comfy. You can kind of transition this into bed if it's at night, or maybe it is to go about the rest of your day. So you can maybe just stay in your Shavasana as long as you like. I'm going to allow you to just relax down and just let go with this for as long as you like here. It was really nice to have you join me today for this practice, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. If you did enjoy it, you might like some of the other yoga videos as well on the channel. There's new releases every single week, so you might want to subscribe so that you'll get notifications every time a new release comes out. Also lots of cool Pilates videos as well, and home workouts. Don't need any equipment for these, so it's really, really handy. And thank you so much. It was so beautiful to have you join me. If you are wanting to come to your Shavasana, just maybe starting to let the legs go long, taking some time here just to create a comfortable position to be in, letting the arms come out maybe a little bit wider than mat width apart, and maybe just taking few nice deep breaths in through the nose, and as you release the breath out the nose or mouth, starting to invite the whole body to relax down, fall into some stillness. Breathing in through the nose and exhale, exhale, exhale. As both legs become heavy, the outside of the right leg falling right, outside of the left leg falling left, outside of the feet falling to either side, pelvis relaxing and releasing, the tummy relaxing, the breath flowing freely and naturally, the whole back starting to relax down, the arms, elbows, back of the hands, back of the neck, back of the head, relaxing, relaxing, releasing. The whole front side of the body opening outward, and the whole back body melting down into the support, knowing that you are safe, loved, and this is your time to enjoy doing absolutely nothing, just being here in this time and space where you're able to simply relax without any to-do list. Just letting everything be as it is as you melt down even more. Releasing the jaw. Maybe allowing the tip of the tongue to soften to the roof of the mouth. Allowing the corners of the mouth to start to soften. Finding openness through the throat as you feel the breath move. Maybe noticing that rise and fall of the belly and the rib cage and the heart center as you breathe. With every breath becoming more and more relaxed. Allowing the space between the eyebrows, the space around the eyes to become a little bit more relaxed. Cheekbones, forehead, temples of the head, top of the head, sides of the head, back of the head, back of the neck, the whole of the right arm, whole of the left arm, front side of the torso, sides of the torso, back of the torso, the whole body melting, melting, melting into the support. There is nothing that you need to do except let go. Again, thank you so much for joining me. Feel free to stay here for as long as you like. Have the most amazing rest of your evening, night or day. Can't wait to see you again soon. Namaste.